On the right side of my brain.
Alright, that's good, good, good. Now if I could find out where we are. If I can do that. Ah, live. And of course I always get that obnoxious thing going on there that I have to mute that out. Good. Alright, now start sharing the video out. Let's see.
3 minutes until showtime.
Don't worry, you'll be able to see us soon. Right now, this is just the background, and I want everybody to know that we do honor and respect our veterans. So, but thank you so much. Oh, Marcy, you're silent over there. I don't think
I didn't know what you want me to say. I'm just saying honoring along with it. Susan asked about honoring the veterans, and I'm like, of course.
Yes.
I did home health with the veterans, try to help as much as I can. They sacrifice so much.
Yeah, well, my son isn't a veteran, but he's an MP, and he has a son, and so all these things are, like, really near and dear and close to my heart.
Oh, of
but
course.
don't worry, you'll be able to see us soon. I'm
2 minutes until showtime.
Sharing out to groups. I bet you are. Stephanie's here. Stephanie's very excited about her new deck. She connected to it right off the bat, so she'll probably get that later today.
It is energy. I mean, there's times I've done readings with decks and my body just blocks.
Yeah.
You've got to go with what you feel is right.
Yeah.
And what's calling
hopefully I'm connecting this right. It's Abel or Abel. I'm not sure, and I really hate mispronouncing people's names. So, but... Okay, I'm going to share this to your timeline, too, as we wait.
1 minute until showtime.
1 minute, peeps.
I'm seeing and feeling like little sparkle energies coming in.
Ooh.
So maybe it's different energies. I cleared out a bunch in the last couple of days.
Alright, I'm going to transition us over. You should be able to see us soon. And I did share the video out. Morning, Shauna. Or should I say afternoon, my time. Now you can see us. Alright, 21 minutes. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
This is Susan Swanbeck, CEO of the A2 Network. This work is protected by Creative Commons licensing. Awakening the Unknown is proud to present Healing Sunday with a combination of 2 internationally known experts in their field. A board-certified holistic counselor, Reiki master teacher, Reverend, certified professionally and scientifically as a true empath and clairvoyant. Internationally multi-dimensional healer, expert toning, reading on humans as well as pets. So please welcome Susan Swanbeck and Marcy Kosich. Healing Sunday, every Sunday. Don't miss an episode.
Well, hello there, everybody. For those that you are wondering, it's Healing Sundays with Susan Swanbeck and Marcy Kosich. But I did want to start this off with a little bit of respect for our veterans. This is something that's very near and dear to me. I don't have a veteran as a child, but I do have one that is an MP right now, and he has 2 young children, so I wanted to start this off with something, just a little bit of a respect for our veterans that are out there right now. Now, the most significant, important gifts in life are always worth fighting for. And often, they come with a great price. They are not free. Somewhere along the way, someone paid dearly for the liberties we enjoy so freely today. But sometimes we forget. It's easy to take them for granted. We enjoy freedom, but most of us alive today have always had it. We may not even be fully aware of just how many men and women have paid dearly for the gifts we do enjoy today. The price was paid through many long years. For all those that have protected our nation, and for all family members who have been there waiting for them to come home, we at ATU Network say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now that is said and done, sorry, so this is something that's kind of near and dear to me. You have a grandson I can't even hold, so respect is one of the main things that I do for, as far as veterans. I draw the line with any disrespect, so... Alrighty, so how you doing, people? The Healing Sundays. I mean, come on. Healing Sundays. Thanksgiving is around the corner. Yeah, we might have some problems coming up in families. But, yep, it is what it is. But, you know, I want to say, hey, peeps. Hey, peeps. Now, those of you that watch my podcast have known that lately... my face seems to be going up when I'm reading something. Well, those of you that don't know me, I'm going to let you know I'm literally legally blind in one eye. There is nothing I could do about it. So what happens is my good eye actually has to counteract it. So soon I will have new glasses coming in, but I had a weird thing happen and I told Marcy about it. So, I mean, it was really strange. When I went into the eye doctor, they have this new thing where they have to look at the back of your corneas. And he says, you've got these 2, like, black-looking pin things behind your eyes. So he enlarged them. And they're both in different spots behind my eyes. But he says he's never seen anything like this. He has no idea what it could be. And when you enlarge them, they're like a mini-type, almost like a rectangle to triangle type thing. Very small in the back of my eyes, in both of them. It's very strange. So, yeah. Marcy was calling me an alien. She's laughing.
I'm saying that a lot of times with sacred geometry, things with messages, the fibromyalgia, what is it? Fociolo. I forgot what it's called, but yeah. It's like the Travis remembers the name of it. Fibonacci. It's like the sacred geometry of the earth, and like shells, they have the spirals, squares, triangles. A lot of my automatic writings have to do with squares, triangles, circles, spirals. Right. Huh. And I've been now doing my automatic drawings now for 2 years, and though I don't know what I'm drawing, and I'm a bad artist. And it has to do with, like, I will look at, like, the next 3 pages, and there'll be, like, one square will be, like, this way, and then it'll get closer and closer as the drawings go, or the spirals, or the sacred stars.
Right.
And as I was telling Susan, I was watching Ancient Aliens, which I love. That's like my school. Because that gives us rational to what's going on, like the 110 hertzes that they go into the stones, and gives me a little bit of sanity. But what's funny with that is I will fade in and out, and my guides will also give, that's correct, that's not correct. they have their peanut gallery, as to what's really going on.
Yeah.
So there's this person that actually collects implants from people that have been abducted, and sometimes it's little bumps. Like I've got like a red scar on my hand that I just noticed.
Right.
And so they will show scars, they will show marks, they will show different things that go on. But actually, in these jars, they have operated on people and pulled out these pin-size objects.
Yep, pin size. That's exactly what it is.
And then that's what I was saying. And Susan being on her spiritual journey and being aware of what's going on, I'm like, maybe they're implants. Maybe it's like your higher essence, your higher energies that are going on that are happening. And we were talking about, and I was telling Susan, I said, well, you had a time lapse where you went somewhere.
I did.
You don't know where you went, and you showed up somewhere else. So
Yes.
you could have been abducted, put into like something. And I'm not saying this is bad. This is actually a lot of times it's good. But that's how they track us, is they put these implants so no matter where we go. And it's also generational, where it's families that they do.
Right.
Like they had a group of people that were abducted, and there were only a couple of people that actually, were hypnotized, and they found out it's a generational family where, because they say we're experiments and we experiment on animals and plants and everything,
Right.
they experiment on us. And Bill, who had my lifetimes with, who was my husband in other lifetimes, I changed his name and I didn't know at that point when I wrote the book, and that's why I thought was really funny. When I wrote the book, those people I weren't in contact with. And then after I wrote the book, they refound me, and they're now like, on my Facebook or whatever it is going on. And so when they did my serious side, what Suzanne did of me being, as through the years, I put the pieces together, the Lorana, and Lorana means Field of Freedom. They said that and he was a blind Chinese man, and they said, we put you together as an experiment. And so that's what happens, is they put us together. They take our energy, our DNA, whatever's going on. And now we're starting with these hybrid children that are now being born into the world that are like ultra sensitive to things.
Right. I agree with that. But actually, I do. I agree. I mean, it's a possibility as far as me that they are pin size. And literally, for an optometrist to actually tell you he's never seen anything like that before in his life, that's just like, okay, so well, maybe you were just born like this. Yeah, that's it. I was just born like this. We'll leave it at that. But it's very strange. Whatever. And I'm just like, I go with the flow type person. And yes, I did have missing time. I did have a child in my car too, at the time, and I have missing time. And, I went from Freetown State Forest to Salem, Massachusetts in a matter of 5 minutes, which is impossible.
Right.
Unless I can teleport, which I can't. So
you can't. And
yeah,
it overlaps. I mean, I had my car teleported when I was working on. I didn't go into it. I know a few people have read my book, and I didn't go into my experience in Colorado because I just turned 25, and it was such a Twilight Zone experience. I'd rather build up a reputation where people would see my experience like this,
right,
compared to like writing this. It's like, oh, she lost her mind. We were doing wars in '89. There was so many powerful experiences. We were going through force fields, and it was in Boulder, Colorado, and I was taking a walk from sunrise to sunset. Never been to Boulder. And we look up, and Sherry and I swear to God, there were a line of cows staring at us. And my backpack, which was only because it was like an old road, my backpack literally disappeared. I went to go get it. It was only a couple feet away.
Yeah.
So you will find things will appear and disappear called apports. And sometimes they're to protect us. Sometimes spirits take us.
Right.
Sometimes they give us things that are going on. And so it's kind of like this burrito of time.
Yeah, it is.
That's going in. And so when I was coming back from Colorado to California on Highway 80, they were like talking about the war, and I wasn't supposed to do any stuff, and I just got thrown into all this stuff in '89. And if you listen to Chiron, that's when all this energy started with the transition.
Exactly.
85, something like that. And my life literally went into like Back to the Future, because I went to go work on my twin flame. I was 25, and they showed me a vision of this is what your life was supposed to be. It got literally thrown off. The guy that started me on the tonal healing was right before I went to Colorado. I don't know if I was supposed to work with him or not, but he was a quadruple Scorpio, and he's the only one that can match me at that point. And I was in Colorado for 2 months, which threw me off course.
Right.
And Susan and I were talking about how our lives kind of got thrown off course.
Yeah, they did.
And the more deja vus we have, the more we're on the right path. Well, my deja vu stopped at that point. It was like a train wreck that everything that was aligned went off key.
Right.
So when I was coming back from Colorado to California, all of a sudden my car was going Wyoming such and such miles, opposite direction. It was a 2-hour time lapse. And don't know what happened, but we ended up driving back to California an extra 2 hours. And we're like, you can't take, a wrong turn off a corner, but it just, things like that happen.
Yeah. Just trying to clear some of energy out. But, another thing that's actually happening right about now, besides Veteran Day, is Mercury being in retrograde.
Oh, no.
Oh, now, I actually had an individual call, and I always leave people nameless. That is the Mercury in retrograde on top of an ascension at the same time. So all the ascension symptoms are actually hitting this particular individual at the same time as the Mercury in retrograde. So I thought it might be a good topic to start off on and see what they have to say about that.
Well, I listened to Chiron because if you guys listen to him, that's where I learned a lot. He started in 89 as Kryon.
Yeah.
And I actually saw him live, on the energy that's going on, and he's a magnetic service. He gives tremendous information about the earth, the vibration of the earth, what's going on, and basically what he was saying. He'll go into the beginning of the earth. He talks about Christ, all those different things that are going on. So he says our solar system is literally going into a new part of the planetary galaxy we have never been before. So that will change a different vibration, a different energy, and this is why Susan and I are doing what we're doing.
I actually watched that.
To help ascend as many people. What?
There's something actually on Gaia that actually explains in layman's terms, layman's terms to me, actually explains a lot of what's actually going on about the interdimensions as far as the multidimensional type thing, and the fact that we're actually shifting is what it happens right now, because it's not just us, it's the entire planet that's starting to awaken, and it's actually
because the whole planet and the sun and it's going into another part of the galaxy. Like they talk the Andromedans.
Yep.
They're like 23 million years old. They're like one of the old. They've gone around this galaxy like, I don't know, 3-4 times. We haven't even gone around it once.
Right.
And so the way they look at us is we're like the kids on the playground. We're young. And they said that these other planets have done what we've done.
Yeah.
And so they're watching over us as far as what's going on. I'm supposed to hit a tone. I don't know if all the stuff is raising, but this is, they're coming in, and the Acturians, the Andromedans, the Council of Light, the Council of 12. There are so many of them.
They're actually, they're telling me today that I'm supposed to burn an incense to send the energy out. So I don't know if I'll be playing my flute today, but they're telling me to send it out as you do it. I'm just listening.
I understand. We've got to listen to what they say, because if we don't, they come in really strongly. And and one of the people that I worked on a couple of days ago, because she's been listening to the radio, we were talking about her eating. And she goes, I'm eating a lot of chocolate. And I'm going, that's part of the ascension. I said, just go for it. Yep. And what happens because we don't know what you guys are going through, because we've been now doing this for like 2.5 months. The tones might be affecting you.
Yep.
And if you crave meat, eat meat. If you crave chocolate, they said that the sugar your metabolism is working so fast with this ascension. Like I have my big basket of candy, my son eats the candy, and lecithin, when you burn off psychic energy, it's got less chocolate, well, at least real chocolate. Who knows these days with this other chocolate?
With me, it's been apple pie.
Well,
I
maybe
just
you need the
cannot
apple.
get enough apple pie.
Well, to me, it was like I was watching Rachel Ray, like a couple weeks ago, and I don't cook, but I ended up cooking this.
Yeah.
It was onions and apples, and it was like the sausage thing.
Yeah.
Also, I'm drawn to mustard, and my
Yeah.
son's not. And then I found out mustard had lecithin in it, and so it's kind of funny where like I love getting those pretzels with mustard, or for me it's like hot dogs, and I'm like, okay, that's why I'm always drawn to mustard. Your body burns it off. You don't know why you're having these cravings. Go for it.
Yeah.
Because your body and metabolism is changing. It's not the way it was before. And as you raise your vibration, there's times it's like on one level of ascension, you won't crave meat. My son and I went through that. And then other times you can't get enough of it. Other times it's chocolate. It's your body, don't fight it because it is changing.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, I'm on a diet. If you're going to be doing this ascension thing, bypass the whole diet thing.
Oh, definitely.
Because,
Absolutely, definitely.
and don't feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
I got to hit some tones because they're coming in.
Joseph, shut the music off. I'm live on air. Please give me a minute, Marcy. Sorry about that, peeps. That's what happens when you have a child. Okay, go ahead.
What happened?
Joseph, he was coming in with his music on.
Oh, so. Okay. My son comes in at 11, 12,
Yep.
and that's why we have a 2-bedroom, and his watch went crazy one time when he was 8, so he doesn't like using his own bathroom. So for years, he's been using mine. And so I would hear tones coming out because he'll say he wakes up from meditation and, the whole thing on that. And, and that's why Susan and I talk about the next generation of our kids. They're in a whole different spiritual mentality.
Yeah, exactly. Joseph just came in to get his first tarot deck.
Right.
And I know that sounds strange getting a 14-year-old 15, a tarot deck, but
no.
He was... I had him literally look through every deck he could find to channel what he was connected to. Now, there's a lot about his background he doesn't know yet. I fill him in piecemeal. So he was very connected with the shamanistic deck. So we got a shaman deck, which Shauna probably has. And then he finds out that and I told him, and I said, I find that really strange that you connected to that deck. And this was after I ordered it. He was all excited about it. I said, to let you know now that your great-grandfather was the shaman of his tribe. Because my son is actually more Native American than what I am. So he was very connected to the shaman deck. So that seems to be a lot of his spiritual energy there. So that's pretty cool. Just to let you know. Sorry, that's what he came in to get. But tone away, honey. I know. I'm ready. I got my crystals ready.
We're just going with the flow. And that's what, and I was telling Susan that when I lived in Berkeley, they had like a Shambhala bookstore, and they had the cards all put out
right
on a cardboard, and I would literally go through the decks because we were saying just because you may not be drawn to certain cards, and if they don't feel right, I've done them and I've gotten blocks. You got to go with the ones that are calling to you, and you got to go with your instincts on what you feel, and you might outgrow them. A lot of my cards I've ended up giving to other people because either my energy's changed.
Yeah.
The last deck, when I did home health, I did a fill-in for somebody for a day. And I ended up giving her my deck. She was an elderly woman. Seasoned is when the cards are shuffled a lot. A lot of times I'll be stiff. And she couldn't shuffle her new deck. And so I gave her my old deck because she was doing AA things and helping people, so I figured that was more important to give that energy so that she could help other people.
Yes.
And I finally got my new deck, the little small one, which I started the tones on that. So I'm going to hit the tones. Don't feel like this is me, and the only way I could feel like, and maybe because I'm clearing out, and I don't know if you guys can gauge how my energy has changed, or Susan's energy has changed now that you've known us for the last couple of months. But it'll be kind of neat to hear from you, because my friends, I said, how does my energy sound? They said, oh, your sound sounds smoother. Your energy seems, whatever's
Yeah, I
going
mean,
on.
it does. Literally, we were testing it when we were testing the thing, and what we did was she was working on 2 different cameras at the time because I was testing sound to get it better, and there was 2. Like I said, look, twins, Marcy. So, but when she was toning, it came through in like stereo, and I was totally blown away. Totally.
Right, and if we could do that, and it was like it was like a chorus.
Yeah.
And too bad we couldn't record that.
We'll have to do that next time we play around. I can just record right from Zoom, but that was really cool
I'll
because
my phone,
literally, I was blown away. It was like,
because it's not like binaural; it's like quadruple neural or whatever. Whatever's going on with the sound that's going on. All right, let me hit the tones. Don't feel like this is me. I'm just feeling this sharp white beam because I cleared out another layer. I was watching Dr. Phil on this child that was being abused, and I was taking a bath, and they said the most time is when you can have it. And I stayed in the bathtub during Dr. Phil so my body could release the blockages that were going on.
right.
Because, he's like, well, I could see why you were, but I could see why not? And I was triggering out my dad, where I was told I was stupid. I don't think I was a pig. My sisters were abusive.
Right.
And then the next time it came on the next day, because he plays in syndication different channels, because when your body's reacting to things,
exactly.
You haven't worked through it. So
exactly, and it makes sense because of the Mercury in retrograde.
Right.
And the fact that you're always ascending, you have to actually work out the issues of the past in order to have the ability to be able to finish the ascension and move forward. And that's what Mercury in retrograde does. It sends you backwards. So it's not always a negative thing. Sometimes it's just issues and things you have to work through.
Negative and turn it into something positive. We were always like, you got to look at this. We're always on a mountain. We're either descending or ascending.
Right.
And, and so it's just a matter of staying in motion. So the next time I listened to Dr. Phil, the same show, the same girl screaming because they videotaped the family and the whole thing on that, I didn't get a reaction. So it's layer upon layer upon layer. People think it's like it's one layer. I've been working on myself since 1982, and this cellular memory will have multi energies, generationals that are going on.
Exactly.
All right, let me hit some tones. So let's see if you guys could feel your energies coming up and working through.
Okay, I'm supposed to send it. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm working on somebody's ex-husband or husband near to be, and I've been doing them now once a week now. And I talked to him last night, and he's like, Marcy, I woke up this morning and I was happy. I said, because you work out, because hormones and harmony go hand in hand.
Yes, they do.
And so whatever we're triggering and releasing, we just own it, mourn it, and let it go.
Exactly.
All right, let's go. As you guys can see, I put my crystals up on the shelf, so you guys might have fun watching it pulsate. The energies, the vibrations. What are you laughing about, Susan?
I love the end. I love that when she does that. Because we'll chat, and then all of a sudden they come in and they want to tone on her to help me get further up than what I should be, and all of a sudden we get this, and to me it just sounds like they're sucking the negative out of me, like there it goes.
Right, and I never hear it. And Susan and I talk about this all the time. So even when I like stop midstream, I guess like I just did with the crystals, that sound just still came through.
Yeah, I love that. I've always loved that. I don't know why.
It's because your breath, and I'm like, what breath? What are you talking about? I'm just stopping.
All right, so how many individuals out there in our chat room right now? I'll check the board in a minute. How many are actually going through the ascension during the Mercury in retrograde right now? Because that seems to be a large issue. Not only you have to deal with, hey everybody, how you doing? Not only do you have to deal with issues from your past, but you're also dealing with the symptoms of ascension, which we've talked about from time to time on here. So that's like a double whammy as far as I'm concerned.
Well, and I think you can Google ascension symptoms because there's actually phases that we go through.
Yes, there are.
And it's like Christ and Buddha, they were on the 100th dimension. We're on maybe the 33.
Right.
So as we raise our ascension energies and vibrations,
exactly,
then it's like it gets into that pure energy. And that's the difference between them and us. But when they talk about Christ consciousness, that's what he wanted us to be. He wanted us to be aware. He wanted us to be open.
Exactly.
Nothing about burning in hell and sinning. That's all man-made, as far as to control the people. Like what was it? The priests are the only ones that could read. And so a lot of those people were illiterate. They couldn't read. And so they had to go into what, the people had made up. And on the History Channel, they've got the Banned from the Bible, which is like 16 different books. The Book of Enoch is one of them.
Yeah, you know what? I just downloaded that to my Kindle. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I like to learn different things, and I like to reference
Me too,
different
and that's
things,
why Susan and I get along.
Yeah. Huh?
I said, me too, and that's why Susan and I like to get along.
Yeah, I'm a readaholic, so if it's something I'm not really aware of, and it's something that might help enlighten me, I mean, I don't care. It's like, hey, that sounds cool. Let me try that. Hey, that sounds cool. Let's read that one too. So that's the way I am. But as far as the chat room, so far we've got a couple of people that seem to be going through what they're going through is the ascension symptoms as well as Mercury in retrograde at the same time. So that's why I keep bringing it up, because I think it's a really good topic to try to help get some people out there. And as always, Marcy and I are always available for private sessions, and you could just go to awakeningtheunknown.com. You can go under readers and you'll find Marcy right there. Her direct link is right on there, so don't worry about that. You can find everybody on there.
You guys, because like I said,
yeah,
we're not talking to you personally.
Right.
And usually I used to do like one radio show with somebody, and that was about it.
Yeah.
But because me and Susan are now consistent, in the last 2.5 months, and the tones and the energies, and there's times it's like I'm not supposed to work on people, so the energy could process.
Right.
And there's other times it's like it'll happen the next day, the next couple of hours.
Exactly.
Whatever. And we don't know what you guys are going through, because usually it's like a lot of the people that I've worked on, I've become friends with it, and they thought they're getting seasick, and it's like, no, your body is detoxing. And so because there's nothing to validate or help us with you guys with your transition, unless the texting or the private sessions, it's just interesting. We don't know what your layers, because it's basically releasing layers or the veils that are going on as we raise our vibrations.
Sorry.
No, I know. I was watching your expression.
Yeah, I know. Because it literally it's weird. It felt like somebody was at the top of my head.
Well, they usually are.
Yeah, and then like a pinhole type thing at the top of my head. So it's really strange.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They will come through us.
Oh, I'm Susan. He says, which one is Susan? I'm Susan.
I'm Marcy.
Yep, CEO of ATU Network. All around crazy psychic. Marcy is Marcy Kosich, for those that don't know her. And when she actually sent a message to the Rift Network, I literally jumped on it. She sent, a request to be a guest on a show, and I jumped on it because I just love the energy. And that brings up another topic before we get into this. If any of you would like to be a guest on the show, just go to my Facebook page on Awakening the Unknown. Drop me a line. I love helping new people get their message out there. Or if you you don't have Facebook and you're listening to us right now, you can go to atunetwork@gmail.com. I'm always willing to see what it is that's going on, see if you guys are right fit. And there's always different topics and different things going on, so please drop us a line.
I want to put this out for Shauna, because Shauna and I were talking about this, because it was Shauna and our automatic drawings, which usually takes her, we figured, about 10 minutes. and she did Susan, and she did me, and she was talking, and I go take baby steps, go buy donations, go buy,
Right.
$10 to $20. But I'm curious in what I do when I have a problem with something, I usually just put out in the Facebook. And so I'm curious. She even looked up automatic drawing, or she said intuitive drawings, and the class was like $2,000, which was just ridiculous because
Yeah.
it's like, what's going on? And I told her, it's like, you don't do intuitive drawing. Intuitive is like the stuff with your subconscious.
Right.
You're doing channel drawing where your guides are coming through,
Exactly.
and you're feeling the spirit of it that's going on. Because Rebecca wanted one, and so I'm trying to ask people their opinion of what they feel it's worth or what they would pay
Yes.
for one of Shauna's fantastic drawings, so she can gauge, what's going on, and that's all we
Shauna's a
do.
fantastic artist, and we really need to add her to this show. Literally.
Well, we're getting there, but she's also going to school for her
Okay.
psychology.
When you get a school break, at least come on for one show, Shauna. Come on. Please.
She said December 4th. After that, we'd already talked about that. So somewhere, because you had already talked about that.
Oh wait, my thumb's curved. Hold on.
I know.
I can't help it. I have a weird thumb.
No, on I had a friend that was a palm reader, and I actually went out with a palm reader when I was in 20, and they said that it's like my thumb, it doesn't bend.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
mine kind of overbends. No wonder we get along. I got enough bend in my thumb for yours, too.
No, that means that you're very flexible. This
Yes,
is your
I am.
will. And, mine, see, it doesn't bend. And so they talk about, like my friend that did palm reading, I'd scratch something on a certain finger. She goes, like, this is your communication. Like you can tell people are liars if it's bit. So it's like anytime I scratched or hurt a finger, she would say, okay, well, you're going through this in your body.
Yeah.
So it would have something to do with subconsciously what was going on.
So, Stephanie right now is in the chat room. She looks like Jason and Stephanie. We have to get her to open up her own profile, the poor thing. She is the promotional director for the network. So, if we don't follow any questions, she will be right there to help you out and answer it. So, if we lose track because of, I could see part of the screen, but not all of it. So, welcome to everybody that's new. Welcome. We're here to help.
I gotta hit a low tone.
Huh?
Somebody must be releasing because I'm getting that burping energy.
The burping, yeah.
Yeah, So, but it's good because the more that I can feel the energy releasing, it helps the earth, it helps us.
Yeah, it does.
Release, and these are generational. Also, what happens with the tones and the energy, because they've had studies with generations.
Yep.
Or curses or spells, whatever you want to call it, because I've worked on those also. This releases the next generation of your family and your past. Like, my mom stuck around. And so there's times it's like, because of this DNA lineage type of thing, it changes that energy from our past and the whole generations. I know Susan's got her flute ready.
Yeah, I don't know why they told me. I listen. All I know is we're supposed to blast somebody. That's all. I just wait for Marcy, and I just sit here and wait. So I know it's coming. I can feel it.
Conversations. All right, let me hit something. You guys watch the crystals. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're curious. I tried to hit low. Like I said, I need another flute.
What?
I can't hit low on this flute.
I know. That's why I told you
it's a C. It's not a D. So it's kind of funny.
Well, I'm going to hit a low one, then I'll hit a high one, then we can do the flute. Well, that was interesting.
Did anybody feel a vibration on that one? Because I sure did.
Well, did you see the hand go up? I know you were looking down.
Yeah, no, I close my eyes to absorb it, is what I do. When you do your tones, when I close my eyes, I can absorb them. So not only are you helping everybody else, you're helping me too. So I figured I'd just join in.
It's a binaural. And I think I told you guys, one of the times that I worked on Arena, it was somebody that was deaf. And the binaural means 10 different hertzes between the two different sounds. And it was a private session. And the look on his face, because you could feel the energy. It just, this is what moves me, like, you know, like no below, whatever's going on. And they told me to put my hand up, and it's like a lot of time, I'm still looking at that mark on my hand. It was like almost like a scalpel was taken, you know. But anyway, the hand energy, I don't know if you guys were feeling that with the crystal, but it'll be interesting if you guys write in and see if you feel what's going on. So
well, I know that Gabrielle's actually feeling it in her chest right now. Shauna says you have orbs in the room, and we have a caller on the line.
And we do.
And we do.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so take the caller. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. Awakening the Unknown, Healing
Hi.
Sundays. Who are we speaking with?
Debbie. My name's Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi,
How
Debbie.
you doing, honey?
Hi, I'm doing good. I was listening to you guys say, if you're going through ascension or if you're just waking up or feeling Mercury, you didn't add in, and so I wanted to call people that are empaths feel all of it.
Yes, I know. I'm an empath.
I've done.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
It really is.
feel
If you
like
are,
a swoon.
it really is. If you're going through an ascension at the same time of Mercury in retrograde, it does affect different people differently. But as an empath, yes, you do feel it more deeply. You just have to learn to actually learn to work with it, and it's something that I've been through several times. So every individual is actually different, though. So that's pretty cool.
I always
Okay.
joke around and say,
Yeah.
put your seatbelt
Yeah,
on.
and I felt it in my
Mercury.
stomach.
Yep.
I feel it more in my stomach
Oh, in
area
your stomach.
when she did the tone.
Oh, so you have the gut
Yeah.
instincts. That's what I used to call my husband.
Yeah,
Always
the
felt it in his
stomach.
stomach.
Also, Debbie, when I
Yes.
do the tones, as we raise our vibrations, we become more and more the white light, and so we change our vibrational note of energy, so we might outgrow people, but it'll also block us from the negative energy, because it'll literally burn off the lower frequencies people, the carbon energy, because you're getting more into the crystalline energy, which is the 22 galaxies of the diamond code.
Yep.
Like Susan, because I've been working with Susan now with a year, like a couple months ago, she goes, Marcy, I'm seeing diamonds. That's the diamond code energy. It's a crystalline energy. And that's what's raising our vibration, so our body could feel and heal those lower energies being released.
Oh, wow. And I work with the public. I have a job with the public. So I'm pretty, I mean, and I'm not going to say, I'm not like a beginner on the path.
Right.
But you lose patience with the others that aren't, where you are. Not only when I get real tired.
We call
when I get
it
real tired, I start losing patience.
It's called 5-dimension versus 3-dimension. I did home health for 2 years.
Yep.
Exactly.
And a lot of I'm still healing. It's been a month, and my guides are like, we're going to phase you out. This is what Susan and I are supposed to do, because I would come back frustrated. Like there was one lady that I had, and she was sitting in her chair all the time. I called them the clock watchers. And as I used to help her. I mean, she literally wouldn't take a bath, shower, whatever's going on, and I had to work with her. And then she got these nurses to help her, and then she copped an attitude. And it literally, like, to get into her house, my body would cringe. Yep. Because she shifted the energy. She got this entitled energy, and I call them the flip switchers. Oh, I love you. You helped me so much. And then it's all, oh, you got this problem. And so I would literally, like a lot of times I'd have to go shut everything down, the TV, the computer. Your body literally needs to reboot. And, you know, I call
Oh wow.
myself kind of like the professionals healer because a lot of my clients are professionals and they work in as lawyers, doctors. A few clients I've had, one was a psychologist, another really good friend of mine, she's a behavior therapist that I've known since I've done Psychic Powers Network for, you know, 10 years ago. And so as we're raising our vibration, like the tones, those people will not affect you as much because
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
it is. And it's like I used to go to casinos and this one guy that did the trans channeling with, he copped an attitude, but he channeled Archangel Michael because I've had to help people. You know, Susan is now channeling, you know, Shauna does. And he goes, they're watching you. And I'm like, looking at the casino, I'm like, they're not watching me. And he goes, oh, they're watching you. Meaning like the higher beings. It's like, oh, okay. So you, as you raise your vibration,
got it.
As you raise your vibration, and you know, like I said, we could do sessions so that you will not get affected because we call it the 5D people versus the 3D.
Yeah.
And the 5D are like love, you know, like you're probably a 5D energy versus the 3D competitive, negative, complaining, victim, you know, and so you just got to get that shield of energy so that you won't get affected by them all. I'm told to do a tone on your heart chakra, you know, because you absorb. What do you do with the public? Are you allowed to say?
Nurse.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, I do Reiki and integration, but I also work a regular job at a store, and a lot of people come through from all over.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, I know, like if we have a special thing going on where they'll make you work a lot, like 7 days in a row, it's just too much. Like I didn't repair. So that's when I start getting, you know, just drained. And people are drawn to me because of the light.
Now,
so,
as an empath, real quick, if you're out in the public working, I recommend this to every empath I've ever said, fingerless gloves. I know that sounds weird, but it helps you maintain and not absorb so much of the public energy that you have going on when you're out in public.
Okay, I mean, I wear stones. I do selenite. Oils.
I have stones too, but for some reason I absorb a lot through my hands. And I found from many years' experience using the fingerless gloves actually help a lot. Now, because I'm also a Reiki master teacher like you have a lot of energy in your hands. So you don't want extra energy going out when you're not around. So if you're gloving it and you only have your fingertips out, it helps maintain some of your personal energy.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I've never thought about that.
No problem.
Well, that's why we're here.
Probably certain colors, too, huh? Would help?
Well, you can
like
pretty much do any color you want. The color really doesn't matter. It's not a color to actually represent anything. It's just to maintain your energy. Some find that like a knitted glove works fine. Others, the leather, which is more hot. It just depends on the energy itself. You don't have to. I have a striped pair. I have a Scooby-Doo pair. I've got all kinds of wacky pairs. It's just what I use. To me, it's the gloves itself that actually keep it. So I figure if you're going to be wacky, go with the flow, honey. Go with it. Off to you, Marcy.
I'm doing it.
All right, and Debbie, and you know, and Susan will confirm with this. As we were vibrations, we will get a diamond energy. That diamond energy will reflect the other people. They'll bounce off their negative energy. And so if you, like one time because of the abuse that I had from my father, it was like Susie, who I did tarot readings with in Berkeley, it was like, she goes, imagine your energy as the sun is burning off negativity.
Right.
You know, and then have the mirror reflecting out to them. Like my dad was arguing with me whether I was sitting inside or outside. He just loved to pick. And then the minute I did that, he shut up, which he never does. But I'm going to hit some energy in your heart chakra to help release so that you're not absorbing that energy and
I'll
to raise your
send.
vibration. And for some reason, I'm supposed to work.
Thank you.
Of course, this is why we're here.
This is what we do. We love this. I'll send.
Okay.
Okay.
That one was like a wave.
Yeah, you never know what sound at the end Marcy's going to make. It depends on what's happened. My favorite's always the whoosh. How you feeling now, Deb?
How'd you feel,
I do
Debbie?
feel better. I appreciate that.
Good.
Of course.
I'm having a hard time hearing the other. I'm going to listen to the replay because I feel like I've missed something good. I mean, I hear you and you giving me some great advice. I can't really. I'm making out some of the words of the other. If you're.
Oh, that's okay. I'm fixing her sound right now, so no worries.
Well, there's
but I
one
will.
person,
I'm going to go back and listen.
All right.
Yeah, the tones would be good because
To the
there's one person.
Okay.
They had some physical problems, and they said they could feel it, and then they went back and listened to it when I did my live on Facebook, and you could always Facebook me or LinkedIn me. And then he listened again, and his back felt better. I also have my tones on YouTube under Cosmic Cosmos, or you can look under Marcy Kosich. You know, people use it because it hits the serotonin part of the brain.
Exactly.
Or relaxes people.
Or you can go to ATU Network on iHeartRadio and just follow us and play it.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Okie dokie.
All right, thank you so much.
You feel better. It feels like the energy.
Thank you.
Oh, get those weird gloves, because if you got to wear them, you might as well be outrageous. Okay? Be fun. Go with it.
I love it. Thanks.
All right. Have a good
Bye,
day.
Debbie.
Bye-bye.
I love it when we help somebody. I really do.
I do too, because it's also affecting other people, because it not only helps them, it helps their family. You know, the energies, because the people are carrying over energies.
Yeah.
Like I worked on somebody a couple days ago, and her husband left her 10 years ago, and she was still in that same energy because there was no closure. Men do not close. They just, when they're done, they up and leave.
Yep.
And we're left with
exactly
what the hell, you know, type of stuff. And so when you're a mom and you've got your kids to raise, and then the men decide, oh, well, I'm done. And then you're stuck with the caring. Why are you laughing?
I don't know, because my husband was sick for about 7 years before he passed. So, no, 5 years before he passed. And it's been about 7, almost 8 years for me. And so literally I feel like I've been a single parent for 7, 8 years. Right. But I'm cool with it. I don't know. I'm okay with it.
Because you don't have to
fight. Single mom. It took a while to get through the other thing, but I'm actually okay with it right now. Hi, Barbara.
Well, like in my book, I named him Mac, but his name was Mike, and I went off and on with him for years. And there was one time when my daughter was a year old, and I just got done with a friend house sitting and hot tub, and he's like, get help, Marcy, get help, and I'm like, you're the only one driving me crazy. And they make it seem like we're psychotic as far as what's going on, and it's not us. And so there's a lot of shame, blame, and guilt. I'm working on somebody's, husband or ex-husband, and there's a lot of shame, blame, and guilt, and people change. And so the energy was helping with both of them with not carrying over that energy and getting yourself reborn and getting yourself laughing. He woke up and he says, Marcy, it's like, I'm more happier now. Hormones and harmony go hand in hand.
Exactly.
And so that's why people get diseases and their body builds up more and more, and they get stressed out, and we snap. And so it's getting those lost pieces of ourselves back together, where, like Susan and I both, we lost that laughter.
Yeah.
We lost, we go numb. We start existing and not living. And we're trying to get you guys go from existing to living.
Girl.
I will.
I'm sorry. I got carried away there for a moment.
That's okay. She's living. and so we'll put on funny hats and we'll laugh and we'll
Yeah.
bang
Or
drums and we'll do
we'll
flute.
literally have purple highlights in our hair that are really cheap to do, by the way.
I can feel
Awesome.
energy sparking with people like, yeah, and we're not trying to get us to, follow us. We're trying to empower you to empower yourself so you can take back your power.
Yes,
So
but
you
follow
don't
us on iHeartRadio.
what?
Follow us on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, follow us on
Follow us.
iHeartRadio.
Listen to the shows on iHeartRadio. I mean, this network isn't self-sufficient yet. It's a baby network, but literally all I really want, honestly, is I just want to be nominated for the iHeartRadio Awards for next year. I know that sounds strange, but it's my goal, and I am working really hard at that goal. Eventually, this network will be self-sufficient, but you know what? It is what it is.
Have people listen to us.
Yes.
Get us a following.
Follow us.
Connect it, get other people to listen to us and, follow what's going on. Because what we want to do is with this show, like with Debbie calling and everybody else calling,
Right.
it validates the people of what you're going through. It gives that
Exactly.
confirmation. I'm not going insane. I am aware.
Yes.
And this is where, like, when I first started doing this, my best friend, she thought I was going crazy. Because once I moved out of my parents' house, it was like the clairvoyance, the telepathy, the whole energy that was going on because I was a normal teenager just playing around and doing the stuff that's happening. And it's funny because she's back on my Facebook and she'll click likes. She still stays kind of quiet, which is fine. Because a lot of those people, they love me from afar. These people that I've loved, helped, and they're like, I love you, but they don't want to talk.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay,
And it's weird because we'll have times where we're really, really busy. When we started, like, hanging out, Marcy and I, we get real busy. And then it's like we check in and we end up talking until my time, about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like,
right, and so now we're just doing it with all you guys. Well, and this is why Susan and I did this show, or doing this show, because these are our normal conversations.
Pretty much.
And this is so you guys can join in on what two psychic healers are experiencing.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing to validate. You go to a psychic, they do a reading, you pay the money. They may or they may not rip you off. They may or not, whatever. And this is like, you guys are getting the feeling. You're getting the other people. Like, I'll go on live on my Facebook and people are interacting with each other. And the more that you guys interact and validate with each other,
right,
the more you validate your awareness. I mean, when I was like 20, we did like little psychic circles where people get together,
right,
and what did they feel? And this is just kind of like a live version of it. And, like Susan said, one of the shows we had 2,000 watchers.
Right.
Sometimes they can't always watch it, but you guys can validate this over and over again.
Exactly. And, for me, myself, I've been talking to the dead since I was 4.5. So literally talking to dead people is pretty normal for me. Outrageous for most. Normal for me. After that came the empathic side, where everybody called me an oversensitive child. So I've been through that. Then I started channeling information from other people, and then it just keeps going and going and going from there is what happens. And after a while, you learn just not to block it. But we have a question in the chat room. And again, please bear with me if I pronounce anything incorrectly. I'm still waiting for my new glasses, and I look a little weird when I read this. So just bear with me here. Like I said, I need the new glasses, legally blind and one, so give me a chance. All right. It says, how can I start learning my abilities? And do medications stop them? Well, in my opinion, some medications will hinder and block your abilities depending on what it is. But there's actually a wide variety of them. And usually people, as you're going through and you're developing things, it's like, are you seeing things out of the corner of your eyes? Do you sit somewhere and all of a sudden your mood changes? That's an empath. If you're seeing like shadows of people that are not there, then honey, you're a medium, you're channeling. Do you hear things audibly? That's clairaudience. There's many different forms of it, and literally if you look up the 5 clairs, or 5 or 6 clairs, clair audio, clair sentencing, clair knowing, clair seeing, I know there's
clair smelling, clair
there's a bunch of
tasting.
clairs. Sorry, I don't have
and that's why
My notebook's all the way over there.
And that's why, like, I don't know, about 2 years ago, I woke up with the name multidimensional healer.
Right.
We have past lives. We have, because I've been a shaman in other lifetimes. Sometimes I carry over. And that's why the more it's a muscle. It's the more you practice it, the more you get people to confirm, the more your body. And that's why we have this show. So you guys can start, acknowledging each other. Exactly. I mean, like when I did the live show, it was like, my friend Sherry's Messy Lady is also a reader in Scotland. She started doing a reading on Sherry, and so we the more we acknowledge and the more we're aware. We were meant to be psychic. Animals are psychic. We've been programmed that is, we're going to burn in hell. It's irrational, whatever's going on. So go on the right side of the brain as much as possible. That's your intuitive side. The tones hit the right side of the brain. I don't use words when I do the tones because that hits the left side of the brain.
Right.
So the more we dance, the more we draw, the more we sing or tone.
Exactly.
The more we go on the right side, the more is our intuition. We won't be able to rationalize it. That's the left side.
Exactly. And for personal experience, I really got to put a copy of that up and hide my information. But from personal experience, you listeners out there wouldn't be the only one. I literally went to see a psychiatrist because when nobody in your family really talks about it except your grandmother, and it's hush, hush, hush. I mean, after a while, when you start to get a little older, you think you're nuts. Yeah, I was diagnosed with clairvoyancy. And I do have that paperwork. I've got to get that. But I went to see a psychiatrist. But when I went in and I walked in the room and I was overpowered with information that I was supposed to tell her about her husband who was going through surgery at the time. And literally, there was no way I could have known her because I just met her. So I've been through what you're going through. And Marcy's been through a lot of stuff that you're going through too. And that's what this show is about, to let you know that you're not alone.
Well, and the fact that you're listening. And the fact that you're listening, that's your first start.
Yep.
And the fact that you're, because this is why we're trying to say, this is why what we do, people think they're going nuts. It's like if a spirit's in the room temperature will change. I saw my first spirit when, like in my book, like there was a face on the wall.
Right.
And the room temperature changed. You'll find like chills. You'll feel like a little breeze. You'll get these gut instincts. Once you've rationalized it, you've lost it. So, and I tell people when they're first starting to do readings, I said, this may not make sense to you, but whatever comes out of your mouth will make sense to the other person.
Exactly.
I'm doing channelings with people and I'll see like roses or, like when I did a reading on Susan and we picked up her ex-husband or her husband that died. Sorry. Yeah. I go, there's something about his teeth. And she goes, his teeth are missing. So it's, like the Long Island medium, I don't get her,
Like I said, I've never watched her, so I don't watch. I'm a big horror buff. I like to be taken out of reality. I get too much of reality.
She makes it sound like, oh, these people are having senses. No, they will show you visually. They will show you audibly their same personality that will go on. And I don't go up to people down the street because of religion or whatever it is that's going on. And different people you will feel. Some people are clairvoyant. Some people are clairaudient. Some people are clairsentient. Exactly. Just because you're not seeing doesn't mean that you're not feeling or hearing.
The best suggestion, because we got to get ready to go to our break, but the best suggestion I have for you is to keep a journal of everything you see, hear, feel,
right,
smell,
it's a muscle.
Taste, everything.
Just develop it.
Claire, what's the taste one? Claire.
I keep on forgetting that.
You know what? I got to go over there during break and get that paperwork. But we're actually going to get ready to go for a break, so stick with us. And don't forget to follow us on iHeartRadio. And if you would like to become a sponsor for the ATU Network, or Awakening the Unknown, which is the ATU Network, or a one-time donation or regular sponsor to advertise your business, please just drop us a line at ATUnetwork@gmail.com, and we'll be right back right after these messages.
Or donate.
We'll be right back with more of Awakening the Unknown after a quick message from our sponsor. This episode has been brought to you by Crystal Expectations. Crystal Expectations is located at 854 Brock Ave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. They're also located on the web at crystalexpectations.org. Crystal Expectations has been in the business for 30 years. The owner, C.J. Gomes, is an expert on crystals, feng shui, and a practitioner for 40 years. Their reader, Dr. Gary Gomes, is a well-known Vedic astrologer and Swami. Both are Reiki masters, and all kinds of predictive services are offered, such as love, career, and health. And low-cost remedies are provided. They have jewelry and statues of deities from all religions, incense, candles, books, and other items reasonably priced. So visit Crystal Expectations, located at 854 Brock Ave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, or on the web at crystalexpectations.org.
everybody. We are back. You should be able to see us in a second. I went digging through my notebook behind the scenes over here. So, how you doing, everybody? I forgot to unmute Marcy. Oops. So, Marcy should be back in a second. But I actually went digging through my notebook for you guys. So, I actually came up with, just to let you guys know, because some people were asking about the clairs, and I have a lot of information written down from previous classes, so I actually wanted to let you know. So, literally, it's clairvoyancy, which is clear vision. That is the easiest way to actually explain what it is. And sometimes it's not always seeing a person. Sometimes it's just like people playing Pictionary within your brain. There's also clairaudience, which is basically hearing. And you can actually hear what's going on, whether through meditation or other things. There's also clairsentencing, which is actually a clear sensation or feeling. Now, some empaths might actually fall within this category too. Now, clairsense, that's clear smelling. So you guys know that one. And I always have trouble. And this is another one. I fall in this category too. And this is another reason why the fingerless gloves come in so handy. Clairtangency, which is clear touching. It's getting pictures and objects is another name for that, though, isn't there?
Psychokinesis. Psychokinesis is what I do. Is moving, clearing energy.
No, this is when you touch an object, you can read it. It's called clairtangency, but I know there's another name for it.
I know, and I can remember it.
Yeah, I'm having a brain fart right now. Now, there's also one called clairgustance. That's it. That's clear tasting.
The gut feeling, the intuitive?
No, that's clear tasting.
Oh, that's why I can remember that.
Yeah.
I also wanted to, like the one that was asking about how to make more psychic. We have the pineal gland, and what happens, like a lot of times I will go into the dark, and our instincts will go from the serotonin, the melatonin part of the brain. And so once we get the dark, our third eye starts awakening.
Right.
So a lot of times, like they're back again with the tones. I think that they want you guys to clear your stuff out.
There's only two more here. There's also a new one they added, which is clear empathy, which is clear emotion, and of course there's channel or channeling. This is basically that's just what they call the clairs and a couple added extras. I just wanted to give you guys information.
Clair means clear seeing, clear touching, clear feeling, clear hearing. That's what clair means, and so that's why. You're like, as I developed this, there was somebody that I worked on for 5 years, spells, curses, physical, emotional, and that's where I developed more and more. And so, like, as I worked on her, it was like my third eye would be like a 3D movie. I mean, the energies would come out, the feelings, as you clear out the lower energies.
Yes.
And as you get yourself more and more clear,
yep.
then your body will start sensitizing a lot more of those energies that are happening.
Yeah. No, some people will have one and two. Others will have a buffet of them or all of them in one form or another. Some are stronger than others. And, that's okay. You just find where you fit into that particular category.
And also with people with disabilities, like Susan and Shauna, a lot of times when we're having lack of one, then our body will be a lot more stronger to overcompensate something else. So they'll start, and this was what I was doing home health. Like one person I took care of, she got in a car wreck and she had a brain injury, and I worked really well with her. And I'm always bringing her cake. Well, I brought her cake, and then the next time I'm like, no, I'm not going to bring it to her. And she's like, I smell cake. Bring me cake, And I'm like, I didn't tell her I got it, but she smelt it. And
exactly.
And spirits will come in, and you'll smell like roses, and they will come in. And when John and I went through our outport experience that was going on, there were literally trumpets coming in through the room. The room was completely dark. His mom did the trans channeling, and literally things came down, little stones, and Elvis Presley came through, gave his mom a scarf. Abraham Lincoln came in and talked to me, about negative energy turning into positive. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Exactly.
But you will smell. Spirits will come in like, you know, like somebody like smoking cigars, and you'll smell the cigar and you think you're going nuts. They will
Captain
come
Black.
in.
My grandfather
What?
smoked Captain Black.
Yeah,
So
I
when
know.
it
That's what I
comes
was saying.
through, that's what it is.
And so just don't rationalize it. Just go with it or talk to it. You know, try yourself in the dark.
Exactly.
One of the things that when we did the trans channeling, or when John and I did that, because I was going through all the chaos with Mike, they told me to take valerian root, and which helps relax the energy that's going on, which actually was Valium's made out of, but if you get it in pure form. So I was taking valerian root, and I literally, John was was in the corner, and I could literally, it sounded like coffee cans clashing against each other. And I'm like, what's all the noise? And he goes, my emotions are in conflict. He wasn't making a sound. You will start hearing things that are not there. My friend Elizabeth and I, she's really psychic, and she was in my book because I started doing this stuff. I would drive down Berkeley, and she's like, give me a call. She also has eye problems too, and her mom was really psychic. And I'm like, this is my imagination. My telepathy I learned smoking pot with Don and Bill. I don't do it anymore. It makes me more aware. It opens up what's going on. I said, this is my imagination. She's like, no, this is not your imagination.
Right.
You know? Or we went into a Burger King one time. We were laughing because we saw spirits over at a table. And these people were going to sit down at the table. They got halfway down and they got up and they walked away. Yeah. These are normal conversations with like Susan and I. Exactly. People talk about the weather. This spirit's over here. This person. And if you think of it as more and more normal, then it starts getting more and more normal because that's our reality.
Exactly. I mean, how many people do you know that actually have a broken back, that actually had spinal fluid leak? Hit the back of their head and their lower back. Spinal fluid actually leaked, and it developed a cyst, which can't be removed, but stop you from becoming paralyzed. Get up and walk. Me.
Your body can heal itself.
Yep.
And, you know, or at least it can make it as far as different energies. That's what the tones do. It hits to your 9th level of your DNA, which your body starts healing where your blocks are.
Exactly.
And so, you know, these people don't think that they can get healed, but they can. It's energy. It's your body. If you acknowledge it and release it and own it, then your body will start getting better and better.
Yeah.
I got to hit a tone because I think when we talk about stuff, and if you feel energies surfacing, this is what you want you to do. I know. I know. So if you feel these things surfacing, acknowledge them.
Yes.
Because what we're doing is, as we're talking, we want you guys to bring up, like I did with Dr. Phil.
Right.
You know, if your body is cringing or you're having resistance, that's something where you need to work through and release it.
Exactly. Or if you feel your third eye clearing up, there you go.
Right. You know, that pineal gland.
Yep.
Try doing readings where it's almost dark. Or, you know, and let your body go through whatever's going on. All right, I'm going to hit some tones. Did you even play that?
Yes, I did.
I didn't hear it.
You're used to it now.
What?
You're used to it.
Well, what's neat is like, okay, again, the clairaudience, and, you know, it's like I explained before, I did a radio show with Sarah Jane, and I said sounds will come out of the speakers.
Right.
Or the energies. And she says those are people's emotions. Susan will not, I'm always looking whether she's playing the flute, because flute sounds will come out of the microphone, and I'm looking and she's not playing.
Yep.
That you know, and so as long as you guys are acknowledging each other more and more,
we got a wow, that was awesome.
What?
We got a wow. That was awesome.
Well, are they feeling stuff released? You guys may feel lighter.
Yes.
Ascension
exactly.
means expansion. And so basically, you know, the lower carbon energy is being released to the crystalline energy that's coming in.
Exactly.
And so our aura goes to 8 feet. It can go up to 50, depends on how much the denser energy is released.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if my dog wanted to come up or not. She's just come by. Oh, there she is. All right, you ready? Come on. My dog, Susan took pictures of, because we do animal healings too.
Yes, we do.
And the animals love the tones and the vibrations. And
yeah, that was the show that we actually hit over 2,000 views, was the show that Sammy, my cat, Samuel, he came up.
See, this is my dog.
Was just like listening at the tones. You could see his ears twitching, and it was really cool. So, but yeah, he enjoyed it, and then he left. Okay, I had enough, and off he goes.
I'll show you guys something. Watch.
There were words in that one.
What?
There were words again in that one.
Oh, you start, and you know, and through the year with Susan, as we've been clearing it more, because I have gotten people more channeling as they release their lower frequencies, and that's how the guides come in. The more we clear out that lower resonant energy, then the higher they can come in. They can't deal with dense energy. Susan is floating in and out again.
Yeah, I do that sometimes, but I can't help it. But the
I
weird
know.
thing is they keep telling me to play the flute. I don't tone. I play a flute.
But
Rebecca says, wow. What did she say? That was wow. She started getting anxious, and with the tone, it stopped.
Because, now who was that?
Yeah. The anxiousness, the anxiety.
No, who's the one that wrote in?
Huh?
Who wrote in?
Rebecca.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you guys,
Rachel, please. My eyesight. I can't. I need the new glasses. Sorry, guys.
Well, we're getting there. But you guys got to remember, and I think that's maybe why they want you to do the flute, because that's the right side of the brain.
Yeah.
Depression and anxiety are the left side. What happens is you get in these neurological loops. Yes. That's why people get diseases. Depression is guilt turned inward, which if you don't deal with the guilt, then it turns into depression.
Yes, it does.
If you look behind the guilt, behind the sadness, anxiety, fear, and own that energy, you won't get depressed. And so it does switch. That's why the tones are the right side of the brain. People will go listen to my tones, and they will start feeling relaxed. They'll start feeling at peace.
Exactly.
Susan will start falling asleep with a lot of other people that will go on.
With poop!
With a poop emoji pillow.
Yeah, it's a poop emoji pillow. It's
I gotta always clarify that. So that
my kid got it for me, and it's been on my bed ever since. So it was so cute.
I just have to clarify that she has a poop emoji pillow and not just because she goes poop, and I'm like, I'm visualizing all these people going, what?
Yeah, it's the first time she's seen it. What are you talking about? I says, I can't find mine. I said the other word, S-H-I-T. She goes, what? So there it is, and I pull it out. I show it to her. And
she'll hug it. She looks like she's a relaxed 5-year-old child going to sleep. And that's what happened with other people. People listen to my tones, and it relaxes them. It hits to the serotonin part of the brain.
Exactly. I still haven't figured out a low note.
What?
I might need another native flute, because this is, I think, a C. And I would probably need a D for that. This is, it's a C.
Okay.
So, this everybody can see. See? Say.
I didn't know they had different ones for.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure one will manifest for you. You guys will, send one to you, or it'll jump out.
They make one that is a native flute where it's kind of two-sided, where you can go... I think 3 or 4 of them in together, depending on where it is that you're blowing. So, yeah.
Well, my Stevie Wonder look is happening again.
I know.
So I'm gonna hit whatever is going on, But we're glad that you guys are getting rid of your anxiety and you guys are all feeling it. And the more you acknowledge with other people, have tarot parties, practice things going on.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, that's we start out when or do tarot. They have tools that help you develop. The tarot cards are tools. I started dabbling in that, and then I went into something else because then your brain will start getting visions and you
Exactly.
know the energy. Sean is drawing, you know, and that's why even though she's always good at that, she's now doing that more. Somebody else I worked on, you know, and I did her a lot. She's in India. Her name's Gayatri. She's now doing these fantastic like high being drawings and doing channelings along with it.
Yeah.
And so the more you clear out, the more they're going to start talking to you because they want you to go into that creative expression, drawing.
Exactly, because I mean, this is something I've done for a long period of time, but I've kind of lost my way when my husband was sick with cancer.
Soul dying.
A lot of it was taking care of him and keeping the house together. So literally I think it was, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks ago was the first night in a long time I went online just to do readings, and it was like, felt natural, like I didn't leave. But it took a while for me to get back there again.
Well, and that's what I was saying. A lot of times the people that I've worked on and myself, it's like I've got on my blog the defragmented soul and what happens. Parts of us separate.
Yes.
And I call it soul dying, where, you know, people are starting to laugh, they're starting to lie, you know, live, you know, and start laughing what's going on. You're getting those parts of yourself that have been segregated from numb and existing to now, like Susan and I are laughing and joking, and a couple other people that I've worked on, they're getting back to their selves.
Exactly.
You know, as far as what's going on. I got to hit a note because they're blasting me so strong. I feel like my head's going to explode. They let us talk, and then they remind us with the tones. And then, you know, we get sidetracked, and they're like, but we have stuff we want to do. So we're just the messengers. When they do tones, like they were saying, like different tones would come in with different aliens and different sounds and different vibrations. They're bringing in codes.
Right.
And the codes are affecting your body and also the crystalline energy as you get rid of the lower condensed, the fear, you know, the shame, the guilt, the white crystalline energy. These codes will come in, and that's where that ascension and that enlightenment and the vibrations that they're coming on. And this is, you know, what they're having Susan and I do to help. The more we awaken, the more we work, the more the white consciousness comes in, the better it is for the earth. And so when you guys come in and listen and release it, it's healing on many levels of the earth and yourselves.
Exactly. You just went quiet for a minute there, girl. What's up?
No, they're getting ready to channel. My eyes are blinking, and you know, and then that's why we want you guys to see this live, because it's not fake.
No, not at all.
If we wanted to fake it, we couldn't, you know.
I don't know how. I think it lying. Always have.
Okay, we got the Council of 12. Right before the Council, I wanted to say, like, Council of 9 came in with Eisenhower and Gene Roddenberry. And Gene Roddenberry took off with Star Trek with the information. And then they're here.
Hello.
I guess I better go back to the channeling. But I just want to say the next generation, he had more information because he really studied a lot with the cosmos and the high beings, extraterrestrials, and they're not like those creatures that come in and destroy us.
Oh, yeah.
You know, well, a lot of times people think that they are, and they're not. Okay. Welcome. We are the Council of 12. We have been working with Marcy for many, many lifetimes and many, many years. She had to go through a purification, cleansing energy. As her vibration got stronger and stronger, we were able to come in. We started off with Elohim and Abby 5 years ago with Marcy, and now we're doing it now with Susan. We are so pleased with all of you on the energies, your commitment, your ascensions. We are beyond joy as to the more and more of you listening to the energy that's going on. We are going to do some tones as the different beings that come in through Marcy. A few examples are Ra, Seth, Tha, many, many others. Zeus has come in through her. As we raise our vibration and as Susan raises her, we are able to come in because of our frequency is much higher. We cannot deal with dense, low energies as you guys so-called pray for us. We cannot help you the certain ways until you work through these dense energies. We're going to do some tones to help do some breakthroughs for the powerful energy that's going on in the Earth and the galaxy, and as the Venus retrograde and the ascensions.
Out of breath?
Now that one I did. You need to breathe. I could feel your energy surfacing up.
I was drumming lightly.
Oh, you
just
were
to
good
help
for you.
The brain absorb what you were doing, and I do that sometimes. You won't even know.
I know. I
They
can't
just
tell
they
you with
tell
the food
me,
either.
you know, hey, grab this, grab that. Pretty soon I'm gonna have my own band over here just for.
Well,
Where are you? I'm Marcy's band.
You already are. And that's what's good, you know, the energies, the vibrations, the sounds, the music, you know. It's like I was watching Ancient Alien on Leonardo da Vinci, and he disappeared for 2 years.
Yep.
And he was a musician himself. And they were showing on the Last Supper, the pieces of bread that were on the table were musical notes, and they actually played them. There is cosmic music.
Yes.
That's going on. And they were talking about every painting that he has like, they have the flip side where it's like they'll show an alien behind him. You know?
Beethoven.
Yeah, Beethoven too.
Beethoven was deaf.
Right.
He was amazing.
And so they will come in like with, you know, like Shauna with her drawings. Like she did me as Little Gray Cloud. She did, you know, Susan's Dragon. She does it within 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10
minutes.
It wasn't even that long.
Oh, no, that's what I'm like driving in. It's whipping it out. You know, I've got several from different, you know, people I've gone through the years, and if you get hand start, like my grandfather on my dad's side, when I was 22, did an automatic writing. You're meant to be a psychic, you know, and so they will come through. Just let your hand flow, see what comes in, you know, and it'll whip out songs. It'll whip out music. It'll whip out drawings. It'll whip out, you know, different energies that are coming in. Mm-hmm. So do you guys feel different on the tones?
Try to stay around to actually read what's going on, but yep, they feel more relaxed.
And they're going to be more empowered, and this opens you up. One of the times when Abby was trans-channeling Elohim, as I've said this before, I said, what did the tones do? They said, the tones come in so we can work on people's Akashic records.
Yep.
and it will release past lives. You will feel tugs and strings and pulls, and they're literally pulling the energy out, and their high vibration is transmuting and dissipating the lower energies. Susan looks like she's about ready to channel herself. I'm watching her rock back and forth. And
they're showing me pictures, that's all.
What pictures are they showing you?
Where to go and get my next flute.
Oh, see, I told you, just trust. They will guide you.
Yep. I can even describe it to you. It's straight this way, and it goes down this way, and you hold it like this, but it's not really that big. But it is Native American. That's all I know. Well,
they will guide you. And you guys, if you want guidance, you need to ask them to release any and all, blockages.
That are not for your highest and best good. Yep.
And you give them permission to guide you because they work with free will. And unless you ask them.
Yep. Actually, let's do that right now, everybody. Everybody that's listening right now, what I want you to say is, please release all the cords that are not for my highest and best good. Repeat that. Please release all my cords that are not for my highest and best good.
Susan, also release anything that's unnecessary or no longer serves me. But I always put in past, present, and future on all dimensions and levels.
Yeah.
Because that will, simultaneously all of our lifetimes are working together, our past, present, and future.
Exactly.
So sometimes we have conflicts. It's different energies. Our inner child is still alive. Our inner child still has conflict. This is why every time we have energy and cells and vibrations,
right,
they are still running simultaneously with us. And so, like when I tell people with their inner child, we work through it, and we give them we ask them what they want, because
right,
if we're incomplete, we go in conflict within ourselves.
Exactly.
Oh, they're gonna hit a high note. They're coming in again.
Oi.
What is that noise?
That is when I'm focused on every other program and somebody tries to message me because I'm on Facebook to keep.
Oh, okay, that's chat. What I thought.
Yeah, that's.
Well, when I first started working on Arena, like I've said, I had a microphone. The microphone was making sounds I wasn't. I had to switch to a headset. And Susan and I will hear flutes coming out of her microphone. We'll hear all different. I will work on people, and like I said, it's different emotions. Waves will come out. Well, Skype problems will come out. Different frequencies will come out. I got to hit a note. I can feel my room just full. I don't know if you guys practice. Okay. Why don't you guys do this? You guys want to practice your psychic experiences? Practice what you're seeing with Susan and I. Write in what you're seeing and feeling. My friends that are all psychic, they'll say, Shiva's behind you. This person's behind you. Orbs are bouncing around. So practice seeing what you see with the energies, the sounds.
Exactly.
Susan would say, they're talking to me every time. And Raven would say, bubbles are coming out. Your body will hear different things that are going on. Practice your awareness while you're here. Type it in. Have people confirm what you're seeing. It's a muscle. This is a safe environment where you can be going on. All right, I'm going to hit some tones. Practice that. See what you're seeing, feeling, and hearing. Or with Susan doing her flute or drumming. All right. When they're coming in, we always talk about the Stevie Wonder look because the waves of energy are coming in. So no matter how much I try to look normal, they come through. Oh, these are the Acturians. Practice what you see with them. Sometimes they announce themselves, sometimes they don't, depends on what's going on. But I'm hearing them say, we want you to know. We want you to feel. We want you to experience. Something just popped out of my third eye.
Yeah, you had like this, I don't know how to put it, but like for me anyways, it was more of literally two crystals scraping together type sound.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, but not banging, but
right.
yeah,
No.
it was higher.
Well, and that's what they talk about, the crystalline energy
Yeah.
and going onto the grid and, in our bodies. Now, we're curious, what did you see? What did you feel? What did you hear? And if you
We're on a
couldn't
delay,
see,
so it'll take a couple minutes for them to answer.
okay, well, that's fine. Give him that energy that's going on. But my head is spinning.
Mine is too today. Wicked.
Well, they wanted us to come on. They're coming in strong.
Yeah, actually, Rachel, I'm burning an incense. I don't know why. Sometimes they just tell me to kind of clear the energy on the radio. So, yeah, I have a little bit of an incense still burning. So she was seeing smoke. But that's what it is.
Yeah, that's physical smoke. But you may see like when I work on people, I'll feel, hear air, earth, water, and fire. Smoke will come out of people, tornadoes,
Exactly.
earthquakes, avalanches. Eventually the fire, the purification, the energy.
Yeah,
And
well, Shauna had her third eye pop.
Mine did too.
Me right now, what I feel like I could read an army of people.
Well, and and that's what happens.
Yeah.
They charge up. They come up with such a high
Exactly.
frequency
Hey, Deb. Exactly.
that it's literally bringing you guys back to life. That lower lethargic energy, that's the carbon energy that's going on where people cannot get up and out of bed. It's like to me, I'll always see like oil and water on energy.
Yeah,
The
like right now, I
crystalline
feel
and
like I
light
could
energy.
fly without wings, which is astro projecting.
Well, and again, that 110 hertz is where you do astral project.
Yeah.
Your guides are coming through. They can work on you. It works on the inside and outside.
Exactly.
And, like with Susan, with about a month, 2 weeks ago or something like that, I was watching her float in and out, and I could, Susan, you gotta
it was
go.
about a month ago. I'm literally sitting here, she's talking, and they're talking to me, and I'm supposed to be doing a show, but I'm not even here. I'm like.
And then that's what happens when people are out of their body.
Yeah. So literally, I'm staring into space. I started laughing at myself. That's the other thing. That's the other thing I find the benefit of actually working with yourself is situations will arise that a normal person would find very stressful. Okay, my car's been in and out of the shop too many times to count. A lot of extra money. At the point, just picked up the car. 2 days after I pick up the car, the tranny breaks down. First words out of my mouth, well, at least I'll lose that weight I wanted and my butt will look better by summer from walking around. Rather than getting stressed about it, let's look at the positive side.
Well, and that's what I've been doing. And, because my job consists of driving literally around Reno and Sparks. They don't pay for gas. I love freedom. And, if they could get more, they would. But you would go to people's houses and they're like, oh, I don't want you. And so I would get $4.
Yeah,
and so I got more and more into debt. So now, luckily, it hasn't been snowing. So I've been taking the bus. And Susan and I are now in the same thing where, and literally your energy will fry things out.
Right.
My phone, the phone jack, I did a channeling, and then the next day, I mean, I'm keeping it. My mirror's cracked,
Yeah, I know. You keep the weirdest things. You save everything.
Because they're science projects. They're to show people that these things do work. And I've done work on people where the fibrimeter, the oxygen, it will go up. There's one time where they talk about sand and water, and they were showing a video of it where, as a higher frequency, the sand would move into more patterns.
Yeah.
I was on Arenum. We had sand and water in one room, and I had sand and water in this room, and literally it made patterns.
Yeah.
And then I moved the sand, I'm sorry, not sand, sea salt. and I moved it, and it came out to the same pattern. That's that fibromyalgia geometry
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
going on, where it will create patterns. It will create energy. They
Damn.
have like the what's his name? Emoto, the guy that studied the water. And when we're doing positive energy with water, when water is alive, it will make patterns of snowflakes. When
Yeah.
we're writing down negative things, it will like show disturbance of energy. And they did it in different languages. They did it. Everything has frequency and energy to it.
Yeah, it does. Sorry, I
And
had to adjust my flute there.
no,
It's
and you
always,
know what's this?
Rachel says that she's, sorry, yeah, Rachel,
No,
she
it's
says
okay.
that she's always exhausted, needed to get rid of some negative energy, and she's been working on it.
Right. And the thing
Yeah.
that's hard, and this is why Susan and I are here, you can't work on yourself.
No, and
You
that's the
can't be
thing.
objective
Even
with yourself.
psychics and healers still need psychics and healers.
Right. And that's why we've created this support group. Shauna, Michelle,
Yeah.
Susan, Stephanie, and the people that are on my LinkedIn, my Facebook, Susan's stuff, And so the more we get a support system, because I get really pissed off on really bad psychics. I won't let people touch me. I don't know where their energy's been at. And unless their energy is clear, which can't match my vibration, I've got to work on myself. If a negative psychic is on you, you will get that energy going on there. And it's almost like I worked on a friend of mine that's psychic, and somebody went and worked on her. And it's almost like I'm doing psychic surgery. I go bathroom break. Somebody comes in and starts messing with their energy and messes them up. They don't know what I worked on. They don't know what I didn't work on.
Right.
And I have to undo. And I've done that where when I was on Arena, they go find other psychics. And I've got to undo what these other healers and readers have done.
Yeah, see, like with me, I don't do the tones that Marcy can do. I can't.
No, but nobody
I get
does.
told
A lot
to
of
pick
people
up the
don't.
flute to try to help boost her signal. That's what it's. That's the only thing that it's about. Or they'll tell me pick up the drum because they need to focus, and that's what
Right.
it is. If they want them to focus more, they tell me to grab the drum. If they want me to boost up her signal, I grab the flute. So it's not technically about me being a musical band over here. It's just about what it is that they're telling me to do, and that happens. Like when it comes to psychic surgery, I can do that when I do Reiki. But that's it. I can't physically travel to people. I physically have to have my hands on to do that. So, and these are things like other people can do that it's not my ability.
Well, and that's why I was told when I was 21, and I was guided to go do the au pair work with
Hey,
these.
Marcy, this is a funny one, but can you hold down the fort?
Of course.
My son's locked out. And these are things that happen on our show all the time. So I swear, I'll be right back, people.
No, it's okay. I'll tell the
Back
story
and
about
go get
this.
him.
So when I was 21, it was I was guided. The deja vus, the more deja vus you have, the more you're on the right path. So if you guys look at my book, and I went to go to the au pair work, and they were a metaphysical family. And the mom took me to a channel, and I said, what do I do? And they said, psychokinesis. And I said, what is that? And they said, moving and clearing energy. So I was doing the moving and clearing energy until somebody did tones on me when I was 25. And it wasn't until Arena where I started practicing with my tones. And with the tones, the energy, people start saying, my shoulder's feeling better. My tones will hit to your part of the body. It's going to affect different people. They will see different things.
I'm back. Say hey to Joe.
Hey, Joe.
So this is what my son connected with.
Oh, good.
And then he found out after I got the deck for him that his great-grandfather was the shaman of his tribe. So he did not know that. He gets that from his father's side of the family. I got enough to fill my baby toe. So that's what he connected with. So Shauna wanted to know, but he was off, and I won't touch his deck. Energy thing. Sorry, we're still live, Joe. Hi.
Well, yeah,
We
and that's
allow
what
any
happens.
type of psychic to come on this thing.
No, but and that's what we do. It's like we
Yeah.
bring our kids in, and Travis, through the years, he has met a lot of psychics. He and Shauna has done readings for him. We are also working with the next generation.
Exactly.
As children, and the crystal starseed children, and the indigos are the 30 to 40-year-olds. The crystal star children are the 20 to 30.
Thank you. Oh, wow, you're rude.
Joe and Travis, they're the rainbow children because they're born after 2000.
I'm sorry. He says, so how do you want me to show him? You want me to do it? No, not today, not a reading today.
I didn't say a reading. I
So,
said, how do you want me to show
how do you want me to show them? I says, no, it's all set. You can go. I said, they just wanted to see what kind of what is. He goes, oh, you're rude. Love you. Don't forget the outside of your book. Sorry about that.
Oh, shit.
Shoot, we're live on air.
Who cares what you say on air?
So what's great with having kids is, like with Travis and Joe and a lot of my other friends that have kids, it's very normal for them.
Okay. Sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
glad they're laughing. They're having a good time at my expense with Joe, so.
Well, and that's
my
what we
God.
want.
Hey, laughter heals the wounded soul, right? So I've done
And
my
that's why
job today.
we're living. We're laughing. We're having fun. You know, and I did one of my first flyers. I had all sorts, like it had different cartoons on it.
Yeah.
Like a gypsy, pick a card, any card, or a psychic first aid. People would take it, but they wouldn't call me because I think they like, the cartoon part.
They like that, yeah.
And that's what we want you to do. The more laughter. And another thing with you guys talk about how to be psychic is to be childlike, is to be playful, to be intuitive, not childish,
But
childlike.
How many times do I get like that with you at night?
Oh, I know.
She's sitting there trying to have a conversation with me, and I take my poop and I put him on top of my head, and I sit there and I wait.
But and I think like what a lot of people like with Susan and I is we had to be the adult children. It was like I had to give my dad the radio when the electricity went out.
Yeah.
It was like, go rescue your sister, go drive her there. And so we got thrown into the adult world at a childlike. So now we go the other extreme where we got poop on our head.
Yeah.
Because we weren't allowed to play, or we got situations thrown into us where we had to be an adult. And so the more childlike, go play, go buy your inner child doll. What, the more we play, and that's what happens is being intuitive. That's so funny because it's like I could feel, or they're telling me that things are rising with you guys, so I've got to do the tone. So we're saying trigger points, and so the trigger points are things that are like, and that's good.
Have a little fun, Peep. You gotta have fun. Hello, Lorna.
Hello, Lorna.
New person, or
I know.
Yeah, I'm still having eyesight trouble, so I can get usually the first name. Maybe
All right,
I'll be able to see better when my new glasses come in. Bear with me.
Well, and this is the energies. They want me to do a high tone.
Ooh.
Because this is, I know you're gonna get your
boost.
flute. But you guys do get into music, get into dance, go on the right side of the brain. We're such a left brain society, and we've got all these high stressed, anxiety people. They need 10 minutes of meditation. Like I was talking to, a friend of mine who's somebody's ex-husband that's now, and he goes, I'm taking walks, and I go, that's meditation. He goes, I'm more at peace. I said, those are, that's what's going on is your body is going in back into the earth and the hertz of the earth because we wear high heeled shoes and so many different things that we've lost that rhythm of the earth. And I'm always barefoot, and Susan's always showing me her feet because they're always barefoot.
Michelle shows you her feet. I just tell you I'm barefoot.
Yeah,
Michelle says, these are my toes.
Yeah, so, get into the rhythm of the earth. Walk on the dirt. It's called earthing. Feel the energy of the earth. Go to the water. Go hug a tree. Everything is alive.
Yeah, except if it's snowing, just keep your shoes on.
Well, the snow, the energy.
Well, you'll end up with frostbite,
Right. Well, yeah, but the snow also, it's like it's got a sound and an energy because that's a whole other vibration, but it's still a meditation. Go listen to the rain, you know.
We got about
All
8
right.
minutes left, girl.
Oh no, I'm about ready to hit it. I'm seeing somebody's inner child crying. So that's good. And the more we cry, the more our body is cleansing. I know. I can't believe it. We only have like 7 minutes left.
All right, so any of you that came in late and missed the show, you can always you can just look up the show on iHeartRadio. It should appear sometime tomorrow. You can look for us and follow us. Definitely follow us on iHeartRadio. You can find us also it's the ATU Network. That's what we're listed under because it was shorter than writing Awakening the Unknown Network. So ATU Network, that's what it is. So,
on YouTube.
Yep, ATU, not a tune. ATU Network, literally look us up, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Play. You can pretty much find us just about anywhere. So hello, Kim. But, you know, look us up if you need more information about some of us and things that we're doing. We're doing very well. Literally go to awakeningtheunknown.com. You can find everybody on there, including recommended books, which Marcy's books are on it as well. You can find readers, which Marcy is there as well for readers. I'm there as well for readers. No, I haven't written a book yet.
And healers.
Yeah, readers, healers. So you will find a lot of recommendation and information about who it is that we have on the show. Marcy's a regular host for the ATU Network, so you will see us here every. Oh, thank you. Lots of great energy, Gabrielle says.
Good.
But she really did enjoy the show. I guess it's nighttime for her, so
yeah, she's in Scotland.
I just wanted to say, and again, for everybody listening out there, if you have a new business and you like to find a way to advertise and get heard all the time, for those of you that are regular on the show, you do hear the commercial that's actually played. That is for Crystal Expectations, which is our present sponsor. So if you'd like to give a one-time donation to help the podcast and the podcast expenses, or if you'd like to become a regular sponsor for the network, please feel free to send a message to atunetwork@gmail.com. And as always, don't forget, you can always find Marcy Kosich right on her page on her website, and also the help me out here.
Interdimensional. I always forget the name of it. So Asana did it.
Yeah, International Multi-Dimensional Healer Channel.
Energy Circle.
And thank you. Yep.
That part I remember. I remember my tones are on Cosmic Cosmos under Marcy Kosich. You know, there's different tones for different things. People use them to help relax them, go to sleep. It hits the serotonin part of their brain. You know, and that's where you get most psychic. You can get most psychic they'll feel you in the water.
Exactly.
Take baths, shower. Your body needs to be relaxed. The more relaxed, the more they come into you. They don't deal with drama. They don't deal with negativity. And so the more we're clear, as Susan and I have learned, we had to be calm in the middle of the chaos of the energy, no matter what's going on. We've stayed calm, cars breaking down, no jobs, taking care of our kids, and still loving and learning and teaching. And, you know, that's what we do. And we love you all.
We love it, love it, love it. I still haven't done a new ending for us. I still have to actually do that. So we have about 3 minutes left. And I think what I want to do is take Marcy toning at the end of each show. What do you guys think?
Okay.
You like that idea? Come on. Do you guys like Marcy ending Healing Sundays?
Yeah, the completion. All right, let me hit a tone.
There you go. I like that.
Whoa! That was Buddha. And it's releasing whatever that energy is, like a birth and a death. And it pops the energy out. That one was a quiet one. I never know when it's going to come in. And there's times that they come in really loud. but we have to go through death and rebirth all the time.
I can't get rid of this tickle in my throat all of a sudden. Since
Well,
did
you
that
probably
when I
your
got-
energy's probably opening up in your throat.
I got this, like, it's literally, I feel like somebody's in there with a feather doing this, and it's like, get
They
out of
probably are. And you'll find different sensations in your body. So just go with it. Your body is opening up. If you start getting eye problems, your clairvoyance is getting in. You start hearing buzzing, that's a clairaudience. Your body will start doing different sensations going on.
Yeah, and if you missed the
just go
show, you
with
can
it.
always rewatch it right here on Awakening the Unknown. We're also on Twitch and YouTube. And
Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch.
Never heard of that one.
Well, Twitch is a streaming channel that my son recommended that I use. He's really good at these things, so
Okay.
I put it there.
Well, the only Twitch I know is on Ellen.
You know, those staring noises.
We always have that. We never know what
90
sound is
seconds.
coming in.
90 seconds, Marcy.
Love you all.
Peace
Talk to you
out,
later.
peeps.
Contact us.
Don't forget,
See
you'll
you
see us
again.
next Sunday. Let's see. Monday, we have Julia Severin, 1 to 3. Christy Amaral at 9 o'clock on Tuesday. Wednesday, we have off unless we do healing. Unless we do healing Wednesday at midweek checkup. And then Thursday, Paranormal Nights. Don't forget to check in. We have J. Adams Smith.
60 seconds.
60 seconds left. Love you guys to death, but you know what? It's coffee time. Peace out. We love you.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.